So as winter 2020 season is coming to an end, and people are staying indoors because of you know what. By the way, the number of racist people that are racist towards Asians have been appalling. These same people be the ones running home to watch Naruto while hugging their Hatsune Miku body pillows. Man, I cannot deal with hypocritical people. But for y'all finding refuge during these troubling times and needing some lit series to watch next season, your boy Yi-Man is reporting to duty. Today I'll be sharing all of the spring 2020 anime series worth your time. So strap in and time to be cultured, boys. Firstly, with sequels. Kaguya-sama Season 2, Swipe Right. Ascendance of a Bookworm Season 2, Swipe Right. No Guns Life Season 2, instant swipe right. And they're finally finishing Azure Lane, and you know I always gotta spare some of my personal time for my thick ship waifus. Now, it was also announced that we will be getting a Season 3 for Kingdom and Snafu, which was very surprising to me. Kingdom follows two war orphans destined to become some sort of a legendary general during the warring states of ancient China. We are 56 volumes in with the manga, which is a testament to how amazing this series is. However, that being said, the anime on the other hand is pretty questionable. I don't have any qualms with it, but I do see a lot of manga readers shitting on the 3D animation, butchering of content, and our absolute favorite, we also get censorship. That being said, if you're not balls deep with the manga, the Kingdom anime will definitely be a pretty enjoyable ride. But the Season 3 that I'm more hyped about is definitely Snafu. Hachiman is a goddamn legend in my books, and the words that come out of his mouth flows like honey. The past makes you want to die out of regret, and the future makes you depressed out of anxiety. So, by elimination, the present is likely the happiest time. It doesn't matter if we're wrong, because every time we go wrong, we can continue to look for the right answer. Not gonna lie. Because Hachiman is a Shakespearean poet, I could repurpose his quotes and upgrade my Instagram game as I make these different emotional posts while stuck home. Thank you to the most savage emo Japanese high schooler I know. Now that we got all the sequels out of the way, it is time to talk about that new. Firstly, we obviously got to talk about God of Tower. When Crunchyroll and Webtoon released the God of Tower trailer, the whole anime community was shook. And rightfully so, because after being out for 10 years and hundreds of chapters in, we are finally getting an anime adaptation to this Webtoon OG. The series follows a young and mysterious boy named 25th Bam, who one day mysteriously finds himself in a tower. And his one mission is to find his only friend Rachel by climbing this never-ending tower. But the catch is, within each floor, there is a different world, and within each of these different worlds, there are these tests that you must pass to proceed to the next floor. If you love your series like Hunter x Hunter, where psychological games, strength, and intelligence all come to play, you will definitely love this series. Next up, at number 2, we have Gleipnir. Man, try to say that name 3 times. And as the title suggests, there definitely is a bond going on here. Like, literally. And me personally, I don't really like ecchi series, but this series is definitely an exception because it's so weird to the point where I just keep reading it. To give you a quick summary of what the series is about, it follows an ordinary high schooler named Shuichi Kagaya. But after saving his beautiful classmate Claire Aoki from a warehouse fire, he finds out that he has the ability to turn into a furry dog with an oversized revolver. Now, this is where shit turns weird, because when Claire finds out that Shuichi had this ability, she found out that she has the ability of opening Shuichi's fur costume from the back, climb in, and control him like some kind of damn Evangelion mech. Like straight up, this is a reverse Darling in the Franxx and every furry's wet dream. Now, I feel like the breaking point for many with this series is that the fact that Shuichi is a straight up simp. But one redeeming factor is that, as my colleague and YouTube senpai Scambully said, Shuichi goes through some major character developments and eventually turns from a simp into a pimp. Next up we got Hakushigoto. This series could easily be the comedy of the season. It follows a famous mangaka named Koto Kagushi, who is famous for writing pretty vulgar manga. However, despite his recognition and fame, Goto tries to the ninth degree to protect the purity of his young 10-year-old daughter from not being exposed to his vulgar publishings. Even though this series has a pretty simple premise, its charm is definitely its clever social commentary and dark humor. And you know me, as being ethnically Korean, we find internal joy in series that checks off witty commentary and that dark, savage humor. I mean, look at Parasite. That pretty much sums up our taste. So I definitely know that I'm going to be watching Hakushigoto for the sake of a good laugh. The next series that you guys should be watching is BNA. Because this is an anime only, I know pretty much next to nothing about this series. But because there is a Studio Trigger stamp on it, you know I'm checking out this series out 1,000,000%. So the plot of the series is about a normal human named Michiru, who all of a sudden randomly transforms into a Tanuki human. She then had to find refuge in a special anime human city called Anima City. There she meets up with a wolf human named Shiro, who absolutely hates humans. Through the series of different events, Michiru learns about the many different sides of being an animal human and how to adjust to her new lifestyle. As both Shiro and Michiru try to learn the secrets behind Michiru's transformation, they both get wrapped up in this big incident, which sounds like pretty much every other Studio Trigger plotline. And folks, this is exactly why I'm a believer of destiny. Normally, I don't fuck with these furry-esque type of series, but after being sucked into the world of Beastars, my horizons have been broadened. And on top of that, Studio Trigger branding, come on y'all, this is an instant watch. So we have another anime original created by another anime studio that I fuck with, which is PA Works, who brought you phenomenal series like Charlotte, Angel Beats, and Shirobako. And that series is a Pari Ranma. And the only reason why I feel like you should check this series out is by both how unique and fire this series plotline is. It follows the brilliant but socially awkward engineer named Sorano Apari and the clever but cowardly samurai named Ishiki Kosame. And because they both find themselves broke AF in America, they decide to enter into a trans-American wild race to win the prize money to go back to their homeland of Japan. In a steam car built by Apari, these two participate in a Wild West race from LA to New York, fighting off both rivals and outlaws. This series definitely sounds like disorganized chaos, but the good type. And from the looks of it, it's pretty much Mad Max meets Bakano. And if PA Works could pull this off, it's definitely going to be another classic masterpiece to add to their prolific resume. Lastly, we got Hocockle Taibo Nishi. This is definitely going to be the guilty pleasure watch of the season, and me meeting my quota of watching at least one cute girls do cute things series. It follows a very typical plot of a city girl named Hina moving to the countryside. Then she gets attacked by tentacles, and the next thing you know, she joins a club called Embarkment Club, which is where students dedicate themselves to fishing. Within this club, you have the childhood friend, the silent giant, and the lazy sinister club president who's also carrying the inside. Even though Hina despises sea creatures, she finds great enjoyment in fishing and decides to stick with this club and its interesting members. This series is definitely going to be nothing groundbreaking, but it's definitely something nice to watch right before you go to sleep after a long stressful day of work. Well guys, that pretty much wraps up all the series that I want to recommend for the next season. It definitely is sequel heavy, but with some good sprinkles of anime originals and series that are pretty unique. I feel that it's definitely going to be a stronger season than Winter 2020, but if you think otherwise, let me know down below. I hope all of y'all have an amazing week. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.